Advantage update. Today I'm delighted to be introducing you to Bob Schumacher from United Airlines to give you an overview and update on the CommonPass project, of which United Airlines were involved in the first trial flight last week. We were really excited to see the CommonPass flight take place between New York and London. As for business travel in particular, this is something we desperately need to see put in place. Testing's a hot topic right now for our industry and seems to be the most viable solution to getting global travel back up and running. With many different testing options now available, we know it's a little confusing, so we're working on something to help members fully understand the different testing types. We're also talking to different testing providers to really understand the market, and when there's an approved government testing regime agreed, we'll look to progress this further. It's great to see what the likes of United are doing in terms of customer testing, and we'll continue working closely with them along with our other partners to communicate their plans out to members as they develop. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all of our partners for their support and collaboration, as it's really more important now than ever. So I'll now hand you over to Bob to tell you more about CommonPass and the flight trial.
Hello, I'm Bob Schumacher. I'm the Sales Director for United Airlines here in the UK, and I'm just going to give you a quick update on a project that we're involved in called CommonPass, where we had a trial on a flight last week between New York and London, and then from London back to New York. But before I get to that, I just wanted to give you an idea of where United is going in terms of customer testing. We started an initiative out of San Francisco to Hawaii earlier on in this month, whereby customers can go and get themselves COVID tested before boarding their flight to Hawaii. And if they can arrive in Hawaii from the US mainland with a COVID test proving that they are COVID clean, they can then go on about their business, as opposed to those who are untested for COVID arriving in Hawaii, who are then asked to carry out 14 days quarantine, not dissimilar to international arrivals from non-green countries into the UK. So having made a proof of concept there that within a federal system like the US, we can find ways in which we can have customers tested, we have now worked alongside the Commons Project, the Rockefeller Foundation and the World Economic Forum, who put together this portal called CommonPass. And I'm here to give you a few more details, although you can find much more detail if you Google CommonPass. What CommonPass is trying to achieve is to find a system by which we can trust a lab result or a vaccination record that comes from another country. For those of you with longer memories, there may be some of us around that remember yellow health passports for people who needed to have vaccinations and certificates to travel with, for instance, yellow fever jabs. And that would be something which would be literally a physical document that would be signed off by a doctor and stamped by the surgery. We now know that in the 2020s, there are plenty of opportunities for fraud in regards to these sort of manual paper processes. And what CommonPass is attempting to do is to place this all in a secure portal to form an electronic health passport. More than that, they're trying to put together a list of bona fide certified clinics that will be carrying out COVID tests, not only in for COVID testing, but going forward, one hopes, for a vaccine, which can then be applied to your iPhone or your Android device to prove that this person has taken these tests, has had this vaccination, and this then travels with you as you go across borders. So CommonPass is trying to establish a network of clinics in each country, and we're obviously rolling that out globally, and then also getting the buy-in of control authorities that they can then trust what is being presented to them, along with a passport, of course, through a QR code that says that this person has been to this clinic, has received this COVID test, and the test result is green, or this person has been to a clinic and has been vaccinated. And this will then become the sort of the proof, if you will, that any test that's been taken in one country is as good as any test taken in another, and most importantly, is as valid as a test in the receiving country. So CommonPass essentially is a health passport, which we trust and hope will be rolled out across the globe, and that is their ambition, and have all the doubts removed about the veracity of testing in one country and another. So the hope is that in parallel, work can be done with governments to reduce quarantine times or, in the best case, eliminate them totally once someone arrives with a bona fide COVID test green. So that's the nub of it. We're trusting that they can roll this out at pace. Cathay Pacific are also doing this in Asia, are currently doing trials between Hong Kong and Singapore. And we hope that this will become known as we go forward as a bona fide way in which we can see international travel start to move once again. Thank you.